90 Day Fiancé is one of the craziest reality shows out there, but there's even more drama that occurs behind the scenes.
It's like you're having a nightmare and you wake up and it's true.
Pay for own flights. TLC likes to keep it real. They're not flying their cast members all over the world just for the couples to see each other. They make cast members pay out of pocket for their own flights. TLC only pays for the flights to the tell-all reunion specials. This keeps it relatable to the average viewer, as one of the main struggles regarding a long-term relationship is the factor where you can't see each other all the time. However, they do pay for the flights to the tell-all reunion at the end of each season, so there's that. Cast members must still struggle with spending money and affording this relationship just like everyone else out there who is also pursuing a K-1 visa. There is also a minimum income rule when it comes to applying for this tricky K-1 visa. All K-1 visa applicants on or off the show must meet a minimum income rule for their visa to be approved. The income thing is the #1 reason why applicants get denied. On the show, this rule came into play with Nicole and Azan's situation. Nicole didn't make the minimum income in order to qualify, so she was forced to get her father to co-sponsor him.
I was really surprised when my dad told me that he was gonna sponsor Az, and I really didn't expect it from him.
Last-minute filming. There's not always a huge waiting period for scenes to be shot. Most of the couples film several months in advance, but sometimes the segments are filmed a few weeks before airing. Deavan said that she and Jihoon were the last to be cast for their season of The Other Way, so they were still filming at the start of the season. Talk about being under pressure.
Feels very tense right now.
This is not normal, Deavan said in a vlog. My producer told me we were the fastest to get cast in 90-day history. Sitting for confessionals. Have you ever noticed how weird the female contestants sit during their confessionals? They sit with their knees touching and raised up to their chests. Anfisa said in an Instagram comment that the producers make them sit this way. It can kind of come off as awkward and exploitative. Why do it then? Fans speculated that sitting this way was a failed attempt to make the interviews feel like a casual conversation. Staged scenes. Are some scenes scripted? Well, yeah. Not everything in the reality show is 100% verified. Chris and Nikki shared in a YouTube video that absolutely a part of the drama on the show is altered by the producers. I wouldn't say that there's a written script that's like, hey, read this line, Nikki added. But there are times where there are different people or producers that come up to you and say, oh, I think it would be cool if you do this, or I think you should say this. For example, in the scene where Chris asked Annie if she could give him massages while Nikki was pregnant at the time.
Give me a massage or something by the pool, or...
Chris was actually asked by the director to say that. He went along with it because he wanted to be a team player. In Charge of Diaries. In the newest spin-off of 90 Day Fiancé called 90 Day Diaries, the couples weren't followed by a full camera crew with typical lights, producers, and the works. So not only are they starring in the show, they're also producers and directors as well. They were in charge of filming the entire season themselves.
This is not good at all.
It's certainly a different and fun dynamic to watch the cast, rather than producers handle the show's filming and footage. Planned plot lines. Many of the storylines on the show come across as stale and flat, probably because they're planned in advance, and maybe aren't exactly based on reality. One of the worst ones, the drama between Happily Ever After Season 6's Libby and her sisters Jen and Becky. They seem overly staged. Many viewers accused the sisters of trying to gain their own spin-off show and become the next The Family Chantel.
The things that you're saying to each other and the way you're going at it, it's gotta stop.
When it comes to the Pothast family drama, their arguments also appear to be conveniently filmed. One sibling will make a comment and the others will all start freaking out. Often, Charlie, Becky, or Jen will call out Andre. Then, Libby will rush to defend her husband. These responses seem odd to fans since Libby often complains to her siblings about her husband in the first place. Libby's siblings also display hypocrisy in their attacks on Andre, such as calling him out for his criminal history when they have all been arrested. And though Libby and her sisters engaged in dramatic arguments on TV, the sisters shared happy and loving content on social media that made many viewers suspicious of that drama. Different paychecks. Getting cast on 90 Day Fiancé doesn't mean that you'll be rich. Did you know that some of the stars of the show don't even get paid? How unfair is that? David Toborowski's friend Chris Thienerman's wife Nikki Cooper revealed that while the American cast members get $1,000 per episode and $2,500 for the tell-all, their spouses and friends get nothing. Louis Mendez from season 5 had claimed they only use the immigrant people for money. They don't pay us in the first 90 days, and they destroy our lives with bad fame. Danielle from season 1 claimed that she made $1,000 an episode and $2,500 for the tell-all, so there's a definite discrepancy on how much dough everyone is getting paid. We understand that some of the stars who caused the most drama would get paid more, but not paying the cast members who aren't American? That's messed up. Must pass background checks. It's standard for TLC to require background checks for their castmates. However, a criminal record isn't necessarily a deal breaker to appear on the show. Background checks include criminal background, interviews with past employers, mental health history, etc. Basically, TLC finds out everything. The criminal history of the cast members often come out over the course of the 90 Day Fiancé episodes. Viewers see that with Before the 90 Days star Jeffrey Pascal. His criminal history leaked long before he came clean to Varya Malina on the show.
I'll never get over it.
For Before the 90 Days star Paul Stale, the thorough background check for him included several steps and took over a week to complete.
It's just not gonna work.
He felt that TLC takes the background check very seriously. TLC has had negative information surface about the casts of its other reality shows in the past, so it seems that they're being more diligent with new shows in the 90 Day family. Fake names. Not all of the cast has been exactly who they claim to be. Basically, sometimes they use fake names. Viewers notice that they would often be called different names by their friends and family than the ones they use in the show. A logical conclusion is that they are using fake names. This makes sense. Maybe they don't want the fame that comes with the show to seep into their professional lives and ruin their career. However, it does also seem like evidence that some of the drama on the show is scripted. If the people being filmed don't even use their real names. If the cast can use fake names, this means other aspects are not real, as the participants could be actors. Chantal's real name is Se'er, while Jorge's real name is Andrew. Also, remember when Jenny and Sumit went to the astrologer? Turns out his name isn't actually Khalid, it's Brajesh Gautam. He has a YouTube channel with hundreds of videos on astrology under his name. Real couples though. Although, contrary to what fans might think, yes, you have to be a real couple to get cast on the show in the first place. TLC isn't just randomly pairing up entertaining singles to create a more dramatic TV show. They must have met organically, not through any producers or directors or anything else. So the couple must already have a relationship and a visa before they can be cast on the show. Any exception is made for the spin-off, Before the 90 Days, but that's about it. They weren't brought together by some casting director simply for the show. Contrary to what some might believe, the 90 days don't mark the time frame the couples have to decide if they like each other enough to get married. By the time the cameras start rolling, you already know the person and decided you want to marry them. Season 4's Amphisa Nava said. Another requirement that the couples must meet? Well, you have to be willing to repeat lines and redo scenes for the cameras. They must also be okay with the editing portraying them as something that they're not. They have no creative control as to how they are portrayed on screen.
It's gross.
So, what do you think? Which secret shocked you the most? Let us know in the comments below, and make sure to like and subscribe to The Things Reality to stay up to date on all of the latest and greatest in reality TV news.